Do-do-do-do-do-do. It's the ZombSEIs Creepy Companion Show with Gigi, Superman, and Byron.
We
Boom.
gotta get that AI to get that song, an intro music.
Yeah, episode 8. So,
Put the phone on. Or should I
alright, so we're
post
gonna
this?
slowly get started. Everything looks right.
We'll let Superman share everything, and then we'll slowly get started. But yeah, while he's doing that, I'll talk a little bit about the weekend. So we did have the creators round that ended, guys. It's completely finished. Third place. Right at the end there, the last minute, we lost the first place and got the third. So it's still good. It's only one contribution away from the other one. So and it was a tight race all the way till the end. And yeah, we're happy with everybody that donated to us. I think our community showed their power and how they're behind the project. So overall, we're super happy with the results. And again, we can't really be disappointed. To us, the creators round is just like a bonus, basically, for creators because they don't have this on other chains. So whatever we get, we'll make the best of it for sure. So super excited about that. And that ended. It was also the Super Bowl. So on Sunday it got a little quiet, but everybody's watching the Super Bowl. The game was a bit of a disappointment. I find I don't think the spectacle was there. Even the halftime show, I didn't like it that much. I'll be honest with you. I find it a bit not upbeat, and a lot of people didn't understand what the hell Kendrick was saying. He was rapping and mumbling a little bit, so yeah, it was a funny show, funny game. I really thought it was going to be a bit tighter than that, but ended up being a complete landslide for Philly. So good on them. I think at the end you don't want the same team to keep winning over and over again. It would have been nice to get the three-peat, but yeah, Philly won, and I think they deserved it. They played a better game. They showed up, and they won, man. And it was fun for them. I'm sure the Philly people are ecstatic, and Kansas City are disappointed this morning, but life goes on and there'll be more Super Bowls and hopefully there'll be some other teams next year because it seems like lately it's always the same teams that end up there. So it's always fun to switch it up a bit and give a bit of hype and all that fun stuff for other cities, right? That they deserve to go into the Super Bowl and have their team have success. Um, I know I'm a big fan of hockey here in Montreal. So Montreal has 24 Stanley Cups. And every time they go to the playoffs or they make it far, it is exciting for the city as a whole, right? When your team actually makes it, sometimes it could be decades before they make it there. So whenever they do, it is exciting for the entire community. So it
Yeah.
was fun to watch that.
Yeah, I'm more of a baseball guy myself. You already know that. It's always fun when the Blue Jays make it to the to the to the playoffs, but it's not very often lately.
They should bring the Expos back.
I agree. I agree with that.
Man, like, what a... It was such an epic team. Like, how could you...
I had their once in a while, like way back in the '80s, Dairy Queen had Sundays, and the Sundays were in. They were serving the Sundays in upside down like baseball hats made of plastic, right? And they had all the baseball teams.
Yes, I remember this. I remember this.
Yeah. That's a blast from the past, eh? You were probably about
All right,
5
so
or 6.
I shared it in the Discord. Gravy is saying the halftime show wasn't demonic. It was a big. That was the big deal. Patriotic. I agree. I find it was. Colors were better. No lady dressed in red. Conspiracy theories are going crazy on the
Have
timeline.
they?
The
Have
Kendrick and
you
Drake.
shared the space, guys?
What's that?
Yeah, I just shared it on Discord.
Okay.
I let the Horde's Discord know that I would be streaming today. And let's see. Guess I should reshare it. There we go. Boom. Join us.
Yeah, let me just reshare this tweet and we're going to get started here. We're going to try and get a few people to come and watch. You guys can chat also. So if you guys have any questions, you guys have any suggestions for trades or whatnot, feel free to put it in the chat.
Or if anyone wants to see me draw a specific person or something, let me know. Because it's Monday and it's been quite a hectic day here in the family. And so I'm out of ideas at the moment, so I'm just randomly sketching. Here's like a bird head. Maybe it'll be a ZombSEI trait. Someone will get a beak. Should we put
All
a
right,
mouse
so
under the beak?
I've shared, and that's done. So Discord have been tagged, so people will start showing up, guys. So yeah, if you guys want to chat with us, we do have the chat open on the live stream here. Giga Kosa is already here.
Is that in the Twitter or in the X?
Me, I see it on X. I click on the live stream, and there's the chat on the side there. So
Okay.
Kosa's here, Gravy's here. Pretty cool, guys. So all right, so today's show, we want to cover a couple of things there. There was a bit of drama over the weekend that we're going to cover because that drama seems to have continued this morning into the spaces. So, we weren't there to really defend our point of view. So we're going to be going over that because I did find the comments a little insulting over the weekend. So we're going to cover that, see exactly what happened there and give our point of view on our intentions and our ideas about it. So I want to cover that today. Obviously, Byron, while I'll be discussing, he is drawing or sketching inside his ZombSEI V2. So we do have plans on launching a V2 of the ZombSEIs. Again, how we're going to launch it is still up in the air. In the meantime, we're going to be watching Byron's creative process. And if you guys have any suggestions for traits or anything of that nature, please feel free to leave it inside the chat here. And Byron will do his best to draw it. So even if you have specific ideas of things, well, Byron will cover that and he'll draw it live here for you guys. So
yeah, and even like ideas for people or something, like I could draw certain people that you have in mind as a ZombSEI, and maybe we can even use traits from them in our next collection too. So you can have
sounds good, guys. So hit that chat, guys, because one thing I want to implement for these live streams is we're going to be having giveaways of ZombSEIs on these streams. We're going to try and give some away, try to grow our community, try to onboard new users to the project. So, the team has quite a bit of NFTs that we pre-minted at the beginning. So, again, those were always for giveaways, the weekly giveaways inside of our Discord and all that. So, we're going to be doing that in the next, probably this week we'll start. I'm waiting for Superman to set up a potentially Zeely campaign for the ZombSEIs. I see the Silo Stake had a big Zeely campaign. There was quite a bit of users there. So I think it would be good because with the Zeely, we can have people follow your Twitch, follow your YouTube, follow your Twitters. I know you dropped the Drip Horde as well, Twitter. So we're going to get all these people to follow that, and there's going to be NFTs as rewards for doing those tasks, and it's going to centralize a little bit the rating, right? Because sometimes if there's no incentives or anything like that, people, they don't necessarily raid all the time, but having maybe a couple of incentives might get us a bit more reach. So we're going to be launching that soonish. Carrie's here as well. Welcome, Carrie. The sound is on this time. I hope you guys can hear us. Give us a thumbs up if you do.
And while we're waiting for that thumbs up, I just wanted to say, since we're talking about perks, if you're actually watching inside the Twitch stream and have a Wax account, you can earn points that can be used to either get exclusive NFTs from me on that blockchain, or even potentially the DHC coin, which is a coin that is only for Wax NFTs and can only get certain other exclusive NFTs with that coin as well. So lots of things that we like to give away to people.
For sure. There's never missing anything with these projects. Once you're a part of this, sound check. Hold on.
Yeah, we keep growing.
Carrie, do you hear us?
Carrie, can you hear us?
You better hear us, Carrie. All right.
Let's see if he answers. Yes, all right. He hears us. We're good. We're good, guys. We're good.
The other thing.
So again,
just one last thing. We adjusted the layout of this live stream to include the creepy companions, which we also are running. Just want to point that out there. We got a layout change on our stream.
For sure. There's so the creepy companions are the project that came on to mint these ZombSEIs. So this is the community we onboarded on from Cosmos. So that's why they're up there. That's actually the DAO that's managing the funds for the collection. So we decided to put the banner there because at the end of the day, having an NFT project on both chains is the best way to onboard users on both chains because, right, they have a familiarity with us. So they know that, we're going to share the proper information about the chains. We're providing alpha for the chains, and people can participate in both. And that's the idea there is to onboard users. This is the best way we found to do it is with NFTs, because once you're a part of the NFTs, naturally you gravitate towards the chain. So that's something that we decided to put on the banner here so that people are aware of both collections, which each have their own one-on-one collection. A little like on Say, we have the Say of the Dead, where Byron launches is the one-on-ones, and on Stargaze, it is Horde of the Undead. So it's a bit the same concept, but for the people on Stargaze, and the model on ZombSEIs is quite different. So we can cover that maybe a bit later. So now I really wanted to get into the creators round. The little bit of FUD over the weekend from Mr. Grinity that decided to post some stuff on the timeline that was a bit insulting, let's be honest here. A little insulting coming from him. As a figurehead of Say, I think he doesn't realize that, whatever he says, people take to heart. And in this case, he decided to call out the ZombSEIs sort of as giving him potential grifter vibes, right? So maybe he didn't directly say that we were grifters, but just the fact that calling us grifter vibes, well, clearly that is insulting. And although maybe he believes that it was just an opinion and it wasn't a direct attack to the ZombSEIs, it kind of is, especially 48 hours before the end of the creators round, right? So a lot of people were on his spaces this morning, and he continued on the subject. Completely reiterated everything that happened. He actually was playing victim, which was really surprising because, if you're going to talk shit about a project on the timeline on crypto Twitter, and you're an influential person on the timeline, it's obviously going to have some reactions. And, I think the community reacted in a positive way. I don't think he was attacked, although he's pretending that he was attacked. The community was respectful. They told him that the project is not grifting, right? Because I think everybody sees the same thing I did, right? If you're calling out a specific project and you're saying that they give you grifter vibes, well, obviously it's insulting, and you're not directly saying we're grifters, but saying we're grifter vibes to me is the exact same thing. And on top of that, there was a second comment in there which he was saying that it was kind of like our mission to get to the top of the creators round. This is a creators round. I think it was some sort of a competition. It was also supposed to be a collaboration between projects, which I think a lot of people played that game. So I'm just thinking of Yax. I'm thinking of Block 24, Crypto Stew. So those people came in our Discord, discussed with us, came and see what was going on, especially during that AMA we had in our Discord to show the holders how to gain access to their NFTs that they lost. Which Grinity pulled another comment this morning on that, saying that we kind of like gamed the creators round with that to try and get people in the VC channel to come and vote for us that he's never seen before. It would have been pretty easy to come in our Discord, try to get to know us first of all, before putting those comments out. And again, these comments are all completely founded on no facts. And actually, Yax was in there and he was participating in those conversations. So maybe they can ask Yax if he believes those were real people. We have community from Cosmos. We're a big project. We've been here for 3 years. We do have a community that's not Say native. So I think it is normal that you do not know these people because they're from Cosmos. And that's the thing we did when we came to our project. We've always stated that we're here to onboard Cosmos folks. And yeah, to get fudded on the timeline like that, and then to have second comments come back in the spaces where we're not even there to defend ourselves or express ourselves, it's kind of uncalled for. And again, I think that if I would have came yesterday or over the weekend and I would have pulled a comment on the timeline about Grinity and saying something like, he's making videos for Abstract while he's applying for the creators grant here on Say. So I think Grinity is a grifter. I'm pretty sure he would have been insulted, right? So, sometimes maybe he would have to reflect a bit on his comments. Maybe he doesn't find it was insulting, but it really was. Community felt insulted. I felt insulted. I think you did as well in Superman. So
yeah, I was very shocked.
Yeah. I was
Well,
shocked.
guys, one thing. I'm just gonna read exactly what he said, and you guys can make your own opinion. He's saying that he took he didn't say this in an offensive way, but this is exactly what he said. So he said, the fun part is they even got declined at first and been accepted after Cap and the fuckers put in a word for them. And now it's the mission to surpass everyone else. This gives me grifter vibes, but let it be like that. So he's talking about us here.
Yeah, and you see, like, it's okay, but the fact that he specifically selected our project to talk about this, and if you have an opinion and you don't want NFT projects to participate in the creators round, when, if I'm not mistaken, in previous rounds, they've applied for their project and personally as well, and they participate in those rounds in that way. Now, obviously, when you have success in any chain that you go, people are going to start, challenging you and potentially attacking you too. And obviously, I was shocked coming from him because, as a influencer and a pretty big figure on the space, his comments mean something to a lot of people. And I was listening to the spaces this morning when I woke up, and yeah, man, it was sad. It was really sad because we're really trying to bring value to the ecosystem. And again, they stated many times that they love your work, Byron. They love your work. They love what you do. And basically, the main comment was that you should have applied by yourself for the creators round. But I think, if somebody would have took a bit of time to find out what it entails to make these live streams, what it takes a host, and I'm the host. Then there's Byron drawing, and then there's Superman tweeting, editing. So, it's not just one person. So it is the project that's supplying this live stream. So again, things are said without people doing research or getting any facts straight. And again, when you're an important figure in the space and you put a comment on the timeline like that, you got to expect reactions. And personally, I find that he kind of played the victim here, and it's not healthy for the ecosystem. And I find the creator rounds, as much as they're supposed to be all about collaboration, it's actually being player versus player. And yeah, it's detrimental to the ecosystem. I think his comments don't do anybody any good, neither us, neither the ecosystem. Because at the end of the day, imagine our Cosmos people see that people are talking like that. And, I've got a lot of comments inside of our Discord about the way people found those comments a bit misplaced. And, we're happy that our community backed us a little bit there and replied to him. As soon as he got tired, we stopped. But he decided to take it again this morning in his space. And what really sucks, guys, is this happened 48 hours before the end of the round, right? There was a lot of voting at the end. And I'm sure a lot of people decided not to vote for us specifically for those comments. So, again, let's not make this entire show about Grenady. It is super disappointing that came from him. And this morning, there was another comment that really got me a bit upset, is that he stated the time that we tried to get all the people that lost their NFTs with their Kepler wallet. And we did it in our Discord. We set up a meeting with them so that they can gain access to their NFTs, because literally probably 50, maybe more of our community is from Cosmos. They all use the Kepler wallet to mint, and we've gotten no help from anybody to try and sort these issues out now that we moved to Magic Eden. And we took it upon ourselves to make our own Medium articles and try to get all these people their NFTs back, right? Because we want them to come back on Say now that we're in Magic Eden and interact with our NFTs, interact with our stuff. So the fact that he came there to say that we're like trying to game the creators round with that VC channel, and it's kind of misplaced. So if your opinion is we're not grifters, then why are you pulling these comments in a space, right, where there's a bunch of people listening to you, thinking now that we're some sort of scammers, grifters, gaming the creators round? And again, super uncalled for. I have no idea why this is coming from him. I think we've shown nothing but respect to him. We did a one-on-one of him. He was one of the first ones to receive us on spaces. We voted for him the creators round. And yeah, to me, if you respect Byron and you respect his work, those comments were misplaced and they were insulting. So I hope he's aware of that. I hope he doesn't do that again. But guys, let's move on from this. Let's turn the page. I don't want to make this into a drama situation. But again, guys, we only have good intentions. We've been here for 6 months with the project. Byron had campaigned 6 months prior to that. The project was supposed to be not even launched. We came here, AAA, to try and launch it and help Byron launch this project because we really believe in Say. We believe that the ecosystem was thriving. And right now, this is one of our best collections. We've never had so much support for a collection, even on other chains. So we're really surprised with the amount of traction it's gotten here on Say, and we're here to stick around. Now, obviously, this was a free mint, so we don't have a lot of funds to go around, right? Even if with the secondary sales, you guys can clearly see that this is not a project that we're doing for money specifically, right? Byron loves to draw, and that's what he does, and he's doing his passion. And yeah, at the end of the day, this is what we want to do. We want to keep providing video content of art, which is that's the focus of Byron's collections, and watch his creative process. And we really like to turn the page on this unfortunate event before the creators round. But again, when you start having success, I think we should expect more of this. This is not our first rodeo. But yeah, a little surprised with the commentary over the weekend, especially this morning on the spaces. Now, we stated our point of view. People can make their own assessment of everything, but I think overall, we showcased good faith ever since we've been here with very little funding, and we try to make the most out of everything. And our community is behind us, and I think that speaks volumes.
Absolutely.
So we'll leave it at that, guys.
Well
And
said. Well said.
Can I just add, the whole basis of our project has always been video content creation. From when we started, we did videos, short clips of Byron doing the drawing, showing people how we did every single piece. Now we went with the live streams. I mean, content creation, video content creation has been our model since the very beginning. So I think we deserve to have a spot there in that a creator round. And I mean, that's what we've been doing for the past 6 months. So I think it was well deserved to be there, even though we got refused at first. So even shout out to the fuckers for helping us out.
Yeah.
And yeah, we deserve to be there. And this was our whole model. So yeah.
Well, I guess
yeah,
next
and
time we'll.
I'm happy that a big project like the fuckers took notice to us and clearly see that we're here to benefit the Say ecosystem, right? So again, I find it's misplaced, and I find people, if they really want to get to know us, they can. Our Discord is always open. We've had drama on Say since the very beginning, right? With our ambassadors calling us out as if we were some types of grifter back then. And guys, it's been 8 months. We're still here. We didn't grift anywhere. Actually, we made 40 plus pieces of Say influencers, meme coins. We really got into it, right? So it's great. And look, Carrie's even saying that it's kind of a turnoff for Cosmos people to see comments like that on the timeline. It turns them off. So again, is it beneficial for Say? I don't think so. So again, especially if you're a big voice on Say, you should be careful to what you say. You're entitled to your opinion, but again, I think when you're pointing out a specific project to state your statement, you're no longer providing an opinion. You're attacking a specific project, and I think that's where we need to draw the line, and it's uncalled for. And again, it was insulting, but Superman, let's turn the page and let's talk about some more positive stuff.
Right. Exactly. If you
Yeah.
can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. That's our motto.
Exactly.
And I mean, the whole purpose of this content creation is to onboard users. If you look at your
I'm
live
muted right
streams, you were getting anywhere between three to 500 views per live stream. So I mean, in terms of onboarding, there's a lot of people putting eyes on what you're doing, and maybe, who knows, it could get other artists to come build here on Say. And I think that's the whole purpose of the creator round, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
the exact point.
And I also heard a couple of comments like, and this is from people in general, like, that they didn't market themselves during the creators round. They're going to let the people vote for you. But if people are not aware that this is happening, how are they supposed to vote for you, right? So our goal with the marketing that we do is that, we have to show that Say is having a creators round, right? Because if people are aware that there is a creators round, other creators are going to be willing to come here and create on Say because of these funding rounds. So, I mean, how are we not supposed to use our community for this in terms of promoting the project, promoting donations, promoting the entire Say ecosystem and what they have going on? I mean, I think we turned a lot of heads on Cosmos saying, oh, look at what they're doing on Say. They have creators round, right? They've got all this funding for creators that are willing to build something on the chain. And I think that's what we need to showcase, because that is very powerful. Not every chain is giving this type of money to creators to come and build. So that's our goal. We're here to spread awareness about Say and art and the NFTs. So I think that's the goal of the creators round. And if people really wanted to get votes and have success, I think you have to market yourself, right? So
At least a little bit, you know. You got to make people aware. At least, you know, a once a day post about it would be sufficient at the minimum.
Yeah, and I mean, our community, what I like about it is, yes, they came here to mint the ZombSEIs, but after that, I mean, if you look at Gravy, just to name one, I mean, these guys bought some fuckers, they bought some cappies, they minted the egads. I mean, they're participating in the ecosystem, and that's the whole goal of what we came here to do, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's ungrateful work sometimes. I feel when you go on a new chain and you're new, it's hard. You know, people sometimes they get a bit not scared, but you know, reluctant to embrace change. Right? Nobody likes change, and nobody likes a big project coming into your chain, pretending to be you know, who knows what. Like when we came here, we said we're onboarding users. You know, did everybody believe us? I don't think so, but I think right now, after all this time, I think it's pretty clear that we do have a large community that we onboarded on Say, and that was always our goal. We're not here to push the Cosmos. We're not here to push solely Say. We're here to onboard users on both chains because Say was an IBC chain at the time, and for us it was perfect sense to onboard both sides, the Cosmos and the Say together, because it was an easy adaptation period for our community. And obviously the EVM part, which has caused all these issues, has hindered a bit the collection because literally almost half, or if not more, of our users have been stuck with the EVM issue where Cosmos and the Kepler wallet reads the wrong Say address associated to the EVM. So that's what we tried to cover during the creators round. It was a perfect time for us to do that. We've been in tickets with Magic Eden to try and sort our problems. It's taking time. We're going to be patient. We're going to get that sorted out eventually. There's still some issues with the supplies and stuff like that. We think that we've got the Kepler users settled for now. The majority, at least, have transferred their NFTs either on a Compass wallet or back on their EVM. And we've got the Medium articles if people still haven't done that. So if you're stuck with your NFTs on Kepler, make sure to transfer them to the Compass wallet. If you're looking for the Medium article, it is in the Discord. So feel free to open that up. It's a step-by-step on how to do it. And we're using Mass Drop to do it. So it's a platform that I think it was developed by Decoder Dev. And yeah, it's a pretty cool platform that still interacts with the Cosmos side, and you're able to transfer your NFTs. Specifically, if you have a ledger, you're going to have to transfer those out because Compass doesn't work with a ledger. So you're going to have to shoot those over to a hot wallet. So I guess, yeah, we covered the creators round. It's done. We're in third place. Super happy overall with the success we had there. Maybe we could have got a bit more towards the end here, but it is what it is. Stuff happened, and we're turning the page, and we're done with that. We're not going to cover that anymore, and we're going to focus on what's next, which is ZombSEIs V2 that Byron's working on. And yeah, guys, if you have any... Oh, we got Brady in the house.
Yeah, he's in the Twitch as well.
Thank you, Brady. Thank you, Brady. We really appreciate that. And you know, it's not easy being a project from another chain going on another ecosystem. You know, there's always a bit of reluctancy against us. And in my case, it was very humbling coming on Say. Like on Cosmos, everybody knows me. Then when I came on Say, like I had to remake a name for myself. And even the project, we've had to show that we're committed. And it's been several months now. And I think slowly, the community is backing us and growing organically with us. So that's really cool with it. And obviously the Cosmos has our full support. And yeah, speaking of this, Byron, Brady would like to have us host one of these live streams with them one of these days. So, you know, grow our network and try to do it live with them. So we're going to try and sort that out, how we can do it with them maybe on Friday. So it could be fun.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. That's for sure. I'm not sure how it'll work, but I'm sure we'll figure it out.
It should be like sort of the spaces we did with just Michael type of thing.
Okay. Yeah,
something of that nature. But we're going to try and set it up and test it out how it works. If you can do it as a co-host or you have to be the host to do it, we're going to try and figure it out.
If it's going to be on X, then I have to be the host if I want to stream on X. Okay. But I can, you know, we can talk together on their stream. On their spaces as a text space, and then broadcast that through the Twitch into our Twitter as well. So I mean, it's theirs for text or for voice only, and then ours for the video. That could work. Maybe someone out there is smarter than me and can tell us what the answer is.
We'll figure it out, us three in the back channels, and we'll test it out, see what we can do. But yeah, for sure we want to do that because, yeah, our goal here is really to showcase Byron's talent, Byron's art, and I think the Stargaze space art DAO spaces is the perfect place to do that. So there's a couple of other activities that I got in the pipeline that I need to discuss later on. But yeah, we've got a couple of partnerships that we're going to be working on here, and everybody wants to work with you, Byron. Everybody loves your art.
That's awesome. I appreciate
what's gonna
that.
be fun. What's gonna be fun about these live streams is, well, I find as a holder, they'll get to see the whole process of what you do, from drawing individual pieces to doing the traits. I know you spoke about showing how you Photoshop and how you do the generations and all that. I think it's gonna be an interesting process for the community to follow from beginning to end how you do a collection. I find that extremely interesting. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna like it as well.
Well, that's good to
so
hear.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I just figured out how to run Photoshop. So where you see my hands drawing right now, that's where my Photoshop screen will be, so I can really get into the editing, and people see just how much time it takes to put this stuff together. Because the art alone has been taking a couple weeks now, and I'm still, I gotta step up my game and get it all colored so we can start editing by next week for sure.
And I mean, the whole process can be recorded, so I mean, it's pretty cool. People will be able to go back and see specific steps, or I mean, the whole process is just cool.
Yeah, and nice thing is we can even record this. I mean, it is being recorded, but we can even trim down some of these videos, like I did with the gravy painting I did last week. Trim it down, speed it up, from 28 minutes down to 1 minute and 20 seconds. Add some sound, and got some more promotional material. We can even drop some of those things as little drips for some of our holders and stuff like that. Lots and lots of options. I always try to think of ways to give. I don't know why, I just do. Give until it hurts.
Another interesting thing going on Say right now is that they're going to be on NFT Paris, and I think there was 400 people going, if I'm not mistaken, from Devil K's tweet.
Oh wow.
So I did reach out to him. Hopefully he's going to answer my DMs. I did hit him on the timeline as well. So that's interesting. I don't know if there's anybody in Europe that's going to be going there, but it's definitely a long way from here to go there. But that's nice that they're having that NFT place, and Say is going to be well represented, it seems. I think there was 400 people going, if I'm not mistaken.
They need to have
saw Devil Key's tweet this morning.
They need to have NFT Winnipeg, and then I can go.
Wow, yeah, they have Say shuffled in Paris. So 408 guests going, 53 waiting list, and 4 not going. So it's going to be like an army over there. This is crazy.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm not sure what community is European from. I don't know if one of those NFT collections are European, but I like the merch, the caps, the T-shirts with the France logo. So our team was from France initially, right? Anch and Cryptulian. Unfortunately, Anch is not with us anymore, but Cryptulian maybe is going to go take a little tour and see what's happening there. I'll ask him if it's near his house. I'm not sure if he's close to Paris or not, but he's in France, so it can't be that far.
Right? Hey, do you know this guy from that country? Because you live there.
He can go network, but I think his problem is more that he's more French-speaking than English, and his English is pretty bad. So that's why myself and Superman ended up joining that team, because we saw initially that there was a language barrier with their projects. So the first project was 3 years ago, Byron. It's already been 3 years. It feels like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And yeah, the team was French, and they were making a bunch of spelling mistakes. And I was looking at their tweets. I was like, oh my God, I could do a better job than that. And I reached out and got on a call with them. And all of a sudden, I was working with the team.
That was fun.
And shortly after, we got Superman on the team. And then Superman got you on the team. So it's been one heck of an evolution and one heck of a ride so far.
Yeah, no kidding. I started in my NFT journey about 3 years ago as well, but like on a totally different blockchain, all by myself. My half brother was helping me and telling me how to do things, and then I got abandoned and had to figure the rest out. So it's been a real good time being with you, being a little bit more able to just focus on the art than the actual shilling and the planning and the marketing and all those other things that take up a huge chunk of time. So it's been
So
good.
Brady is saying, when NFT Winnipeg?
Yeah, when let's go.
Not in the winter because it's too cold.
Yeah, it has to be about I don't know. I think March or April would be good. If someone wants to quickly set that up.
That zombie is looking like Ryu from Street Fighter.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
I was told I don't know how to do this kind of hair very well, so I'm practicing it once in a while.
You know what we need that we didn't think about? The Super Saiyan hair. Like the you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, our Super Saiyan that we did. Or
Well, for this one, a trait like the hair,
Right.
the Super Saiyan, it represents Say for sure.
I've done a. See if I can find it. Oh, here's my new. I'll show you this, and I'll count to 15, and I'll tell you what it is. Okay. This is a new GM I just did this morning for fun and giggles. I showed you that just because I wanted to.
Nice. Is that going to be a drip?
It might just be. Yeah, I was thinking about dropping it this morning, but things got too out of hand. So it's really easy to drop stuff on drip. Here's some ear traits, perhaps. But yeah, it's like really easy to drop on drip because it's all permissionless, so I can just go in and do it. I don't need to be approved. There's no heavy coding or anything, right? It's just drag and drop, plug and play. Here we go. Let's go.
Well, you know that Zeely campaign that we're going to launch, and I hope Superman can get it launched fairly quickly because, again, when I saw Silo Stake do it themselves, there's so many people participating in it. I was actually surprised because on Cosmos, it kind of died out, Zeely. People were like a bit fed up with doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And they weren't incentivized enough for the people to participate. So we really need to have a lot of rewards in order for people to do it. And now that we're holding ZombSEIs and they gain quite a bit of value, we've got Creepy Companions, we've got the MetaWawa NFTs we can use, and a bunch of other stuff that we have that we can use to incentivize people to. I love that monster hair circle.
Yeah.
Looks good. That's this. We gotta post that on the timeline whenever that one's done. Izuka, Devil K.
Yeah, I'll get that done for you then, right away. In fact, we'll finish it off right now while we're
We
talking.
can tease it. That could be a one-on-one.
It sure could be. I mean, I got this little kind of hairdo thing at the bottom for some reason. I'm circling with my finger. You'll see it in about 20 seconds. But other than that, yeah, I can cut out the whole thing to be more of a one-on-one.
Well, you know what? That looks like a bit like the Super Saiyan hair. So.
Yeah, I told you I'm practicing because I was told I don't do it very good. So I practice.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, me too. Some people are just, always critical, and if they were never told that if they can't say something nice, they shouldn't say anything at all. You don't like the hair?
We should. You know what? I think I'm gonna draw something for you one day. Maybe we could put it as an NFT, but you'll see my pure talent that I have for drawing. You're gonna laugh at me a little, but
I don't think I would. One of the things, like some of my friends that started on, that discovered me in the early times when I first started, they tell me that I was the one that inspired them to kind of just start sketching and drawing, and they keep saying that they're not any good, but I can see how they've been getting better over the months and the years that they've done it. So, you just practice.
And how did you learn all this, Byron? Like, did you like take any sort of courses, or YouTube helped you, like how to draw eyes or specific things? I think once you told me for teeth, you went on like some sort of journey to learn how to draw mouths and stuff. I don't know if you want to talk about that a little.
Sure, that's actually not a bad idea. When I was learning and starting to draw, the internet wasn't a thing, so there was no YouTube and stuff. I was more looking at comic books like the X-Force #1 and all that stuff that Rob Liefeld did. I thought, if Rob Liefeld can draw comics, then almost anybody can, because his proportions, his anatomy, and all that stuff was just off. But one thing I did is I started to try to look at it as like how to break things down into shapes. And, I could almost give a tutorial lesson, but I'm not going to, because you can hear me but not see me right away. So I started to look at the comics and stuff heavier, and I started to almost draw over them. Not really, but trying to imagine like how do they draw it. I did high school art class, and that was about it. after that, it was just a lot of studying. What does this look like? How to figure it out? And eventually something inside the brain clicks and you just see that, oh, well, now I can kind of understand how 3 dimensions work on a one-dimensional plane kind of thing, right? Like I have to trick the eye. So how do you trick the eye? And then I started figuring that out. And it happens really slowly and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Like you don't understand it, you don't get it. Oh my God, I'm working on this so long, so hard. And then suddenly it clicks. And it's like, wow, okay, that's what I was trying to do. And that's what I've been doing for the last 20 or so years, is just trying to figure out how to make it look better, how to make it more real, I know it's not anywhere close to looking like a real thing, but you know, it could potentially be something, you know, like it looks like it's a cartoon version of a real thing, I guess.
And let me ask you, did your family get into art because of you, or because I know your family's all into art? So
Now,
I'm just wondering how that came about.
my wife was an artist even before she met me, but then she kind of gave it up to be a mom, because being a mom to 3 kids and then a wife to a husband like me, it's a full-time job with no overtime. No overtime pay anyways, like no, it's just she embraced it. My oldest son, he spent his childhood drawing with my wife, and then just developed a love for it. The fact that I do it all the time helped, of course, but most of it was because my wife would spend the whole day just with the child, right? And then would draw with him and do Play-Doh with him, and you know, embrace his imagination kind of thing. So that helped there. My middle child is more of a sportsman. He is like, well, he's really good at sports. He's smart. He's good at almost everything he does, but he's not really into art. He was for a little while during COVID. We all kind of did some art together, and we dropped some collections on the wax blockchain, just as something to do as a family. What color is Devil K's hair, by the way?
I think it's black.
Black? Okay, we'll do purple then. Because if I do black, then it's just going to be black. With purple, I can show highlights. And the same story for my youngest. He's probably the smartest academically of our kids. There's no proof of that, but it's just an opinion. I mean, I have a scholar, an artist. I mean, a scholar, an artist, and athletic. Right? It's kind of weird. Got all 3. Got the brains, the bronze, and the beauty.
You got it all, man.
Yeah, but you don't realize that until you realize that. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So, yeah. So that's why I don't really chase the money anymore. I think I have everything I need. I just need to now survive. Survive and thrive a bit. So, yeah. Lots and lots and lots of practice. I did in art. My high school art teacher was an amazing man, Marcel Debray. And he was like super supportive of everybody that wanted to try to lift a pencil and draw a picture. He never understood my art style. He didn't get it. Like I'm a bit spastic when I start working, especially with the drawing. My pen goes all over the place because my brain is trying to tell me where the proportions are, where I should start, where I should not start. I don't know. But eventually, after I was an adult, almost 30 years old, we had art showing together in a gallery thing that he set up. And again, I'm showing my zombies and things against his like beautiful angelic pictures and things like that, right? So it's a little bit of a juxtaposition there, a little contrast. But he came up to me because I was doing demonstrations there live in front of people, and I was drawing them live and things like that, right? And he came up and he said, like, now I get it. Now I understand why you draw and do the things you do. Because he was watching how I did it and how it came to life and stuff, right? So that was pretty cool. That gave me a little boost of confidence.
I love those stories, man. I love those stories.
Yeah, he was a good inspiration. And then I just kept going. I never did any university or things like that. Just eventually got a job as a telemarketer, so I was paid 8 hours, or paid to sit on the phone for 8 hours a day. So I used that time to practice and practice and practice. And then around 2009, I started to do it more professionally, and that was about it. The rest is now
history.
Yeah. So Devil K.
Yeah, you see, got completely different lifestyles. Like myself, growing up, I was always short, but I was really good into sports. I really thought, I was going to make it big one day in sports. I played football for a while. I got a scholarship, but once I got the scholarship, I got a little bit intimidated by the difference in weight and the way like some people grow up faster than others at that young age when you're like in high school and stuff. Like
Yep.
I stayed small. I never grew up. I was always very athletic, but being small in these big sports like whether it be basketball or football, well, it didn't help at all. And my first question for the coach was, what's the average weight and what's the average height for the players that are going to be playing before I accept or refuse, right?
Yeah.
And when he told me the average height and weight, I said, hell no. It was like 6'2", 220 pounds. That was the average. I was like 5'7", 180 pounds,
You're right.
So everybody had at least, 40 pounds more than me, at least 5-6 inches more. So, it wasn't realistic. And I had to come to terms with that, maybe doing sports for a career, you really got to stand out, right? And the higher you go, like from high school to university to high school, right? In high school, you can be the best, but as soon as you get into like here in Canada, they have CSHEP, so it's been between university and high school. So yeah, you really see a much larger crowd, and you clearly see that you stop falling behind. And if you start falling behind and you're not really unique or exceptional in your sport, you're not going to make it big, right? In like NHL or NFL, and when you realize like the type of quality that you need to make it to those leagues, well, yeah, it is. It was disappointing, but then I went to university to study business administration, and I specialized in accounting. So, but I hated it. Like I hated my life there. I didn't finish my bachelor. I was almost finished, but there was a few last courses that I didn't do. I regret it today because I was almost finished. I think I had like something like 60 or 70 credits out of 90 to finish, and it was all elective courses. So all the main courses I had done, but it was always these teamwork type of projects where you had to work with a bunch of people from different countries, and some didn't speak the language, some came from China. So I don't know, that really turned me off because like I didn't have time. I was working full time. I was going to school and stuff. Like it was hard back in the day. So I decided to quit that, and I got an opportunity to open a plumbing company with my big brother, and that's what I did. And I went into plumbing courses. I got my RBQ license, and I had that company for a few years. But again, that was very humbling. As much as you think it's easy running a business, it's really not. A lot of companies fail. And for me, it wasn't really that we failed. I just found that for the amount of work I was putting in, the returns were not there, right? And in the country, there's so many taxes and stuff to pay, and so much like lawyer stuff and legislation and all these freaking things, man. That it makes it really hard to run a business, especially if you're on your own, right? A small business. So I decided to become just a regular plumber, and that's what I did for the last 10, 15 years until I got injured, and then I got into crypto. So and now I'm vibing with NFTs. I'm vibing with artists, going on spaces, trading cryptos, trading NFTs to try and survive. So it's a different thing, but I really think that we're in the right field, that it's going to be the future. And hopefully with time, it'll be the right decision to have taken the leap to crypto.
Time will tell. Yeah, it's actually like even running a community, and the collection itself is very much like running a business. I've never run a business, but that's kind of what I would imagine it being like. It's just so much responsibility. Things you never knew you had to know, you need to know. All right.
It's not easy, that's for sure, because again, it's ungrateful work, right? You're expecting strangers on the internet to support you, push your stuff, like, retweet. You really gotta be able to rally the crowd behind you. And one of the big issues with the project initially was that there was no social presence, right? There was nobody doing spaces. So I really took it upon myself to do it. And in real life, like, you would have never seen me do any of this. And I find that the fact that it's crypto, you're behind the screen, you're behind the PFP, it just gives you that much more confidence to do this. And it really got me out of my comfort zone. So now that I've been doing a lot of these, it's getting easier and easier for me shield these NFT projects, right? We launched quite a few with AAA. So, when you launch, get to know the crowd, and people have to get behind you, because if they don't like you, your collection doesn't do well. So yeah, it was humbling. It was difficult. Got me out of my comfort zone. But I really enjoy going and network and meet the different creators. And you kind of start feeling that you're playing a big role for your community. And personally, everything I do is for the community. To me, this is like my family. We've gone through some hard times. We've had some bad stuff happen to certain projects, to certain people, like some really bad stuff happened. And the community together rallies and supports each other, and we help us out the best we can. Unfortunately, there was some weird stuff that happened a few years back. Somebody took his life from our Discord. He was there every day. He was doing all our memes, and it was really difficult at the time when that happened, because it just happened overnight. And he was always with us, and we didn't notice that something was going on in his life. And we wish we could have helped him more, but as a community, we really rallied behind him. We did a GoFundMe to help his family deal with the cost of the funeral and all that. And that's powerful, man, because that really creates bonds between the community that's unbreakable, because these people that have been here since literally 3 years with us, and they're still with us today. Yes, they're exploring other things. They're doing other things as well, but they're still come back and say hello from time to time. They still come check in, and they're still keeping their NFTs. And, that's what gives me the drive to keep going, is that, this community is relying on us, to keep producing content for them, to keep providing value any way we can. And that's what we're trying to do, right? We're not promising to make everybody millionaires, but we are providing content in terms of art and our know-how and our experience in the markets, and try to guide the community in the right direction. So it's very rewarding, I find.
It's noisy here.
Superman, do you have any updates for us to share here?
Yeah, I'm inside the Telegram, the creator rounds. Philip just posted for that bonus round. So, Byron, there's going to be something I'm just trying to read here. You have to reapply on the Gitcoin, and we have to submit one social post. Your post must mention the creator fund to be eligible. So I'm guessing they want us to quote tweet one of our. I'm not sure. I'm waiting for more. It's not a tweet. He just put it as a statement in the Telegram. I'm not sure exactly what they want. I thought you just had to submit your most popular content that you did throughout the round, but it doesn't seem to be that. We'll see. Wait till I get a bit more detail. This is something we should definitely do. Hopefully, I think they're giving 5 prizes of 5,000 SAY to the 5 creators that get the most engagement on their social posts. So we'll see. And we'll give you guys an update when I have them. But for now, there's nothing on Twitter yet. So.
All right, thanks for those updates. So yeah, we're gonna keep networking in the back channels. I'm trying to get into contact with the Safe Foundation. It's not easy, guys. Even with Magic Eden, we know that it's Barrett chain to launch abstract. So we know the engineers are busy trying to sort all of those issues on top of fixing the issues for Safe. But since the volume is a little low there, I think it's not the top of their priority. So yeah, guys. We're going to keep going here. We're going to keep doing these collaborations with projects. There's about 9 minutes left to the stream, guys. We're going to be back tomorrow with these. What else did I want to say? Yeah, we're going to be curious to see how the creator round ends, to see how that plays out. Obviously, with the funding, we're going to be providing Byron with some new equipment, and see exactly what are the amounts that we're receiving in order to react with it. For sure, we're going to be making the most of it. Again, I'm going to call out again for somebody that really wants to start representing us on spaces and stuff like that. The spot is still open. Ideally, we would like somebody that's a part of the community that knows the project. As you guys know, I'm kind of the chief leader of several of the collections. So, I can't split myself in five sometimes. So I do need help in that department. So if anybody is like really knowledgeable about the Say ecosystem and knows the ZombSEIs collection fairly well, we would gladly take you on board, and potentially we'll have some funding now to get you guys on board here, whether it be NFTs or some Say for attending those spaces for us and representing the brand on these major spaces, because Say is on spaces almost every single day and several hours a day. So there's only that many hours in a day. So if somebody really wants to take on that role, it is open. So it's very cool if anybody decides to partake in that. I find that once you start having a bit of success, more people get interested in doing that. So maybe we might get surprised in the coming days. Somebody might open a ticket and be volunteer for that. So that would be very exciting for us. Byron, the machine engaging turbo thrusters.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we really
apparently-
like this layout we did. Honestly, we're getting a lot of traction on it. I think once we get the handle verified for ZombSEIs, I think we're gonna get more traction, because I think once you get verified, you get more of the people eyes on the actual tweet itself once you're verified. So I think that's gonna help, and obviously the funding is gonna help for that. Again, we were a free mint. There's not much funding going around here. We do this really because Byron's passionate about his art and he wants to put it out there. And you guys are the community that's watching it live and getting behind Byron. So, yeah, that's for that. What else did I want to say? There was something I wanted to say and I forgot.
There's just so
There was
much.
the Zeely. Yeah, so normally this week we would host a raffle for the Say of the Dead. We have a bit of an issue with that collection, so I'm not sure how I'm supposed to raffle it off if people can't see their NFTs and show proof that it's theirs. So if ever the issue is not resolved before the end of the week, whenever the issue is resolved, we'll just retroactively do giveaways for them specifically, because I mean they are our biggest holders with the tributes, so they're probably their diamond hand and purchase these NFTs at pretty expensive prices, and their odds are high to win. So I do want to do their giveaways, but again, if you can't see your NFTs on Magic Eden right now, we're gonna try and find a solution for you guys. One of them is to transfer the NFTs from one wallet to yourself, and hopefully the pointer for Magic Eden will see that, and the NFTs will reappear in your wallet. So again, we're not quite sure what's going on with the indexer, or I think they call it the pointer. Well, there's some issues there still that the engineers are investigating to see what's going on. So the Say of the Dead is quite unique because we uploaded those pieces one by one. There was maybe some mistakes at some point where two were created, so we had to burn one. So I'm not sure why it's not being read properly, but it is something we're looking into. We've escalated in the Magic Eden Discord to higher up, but again, it's taking time, a lot longer than we expected. Johnny has stated that he's going to be trying to put priority on it at some point. But again, I think if the sales are there and there's a lot of noise from the community to get it done, we're going to get it done. So
You were going to talk at one point about rewarding people within the stream as well.
yeah, so what we're going to start, and I'm going to try and plan it with Superman to tweet about it so people are going to attend. So what I'd like to do is, first of all, attract new users that don't have ZombSEIs, ideally, to come and chat with us inside the actual chat here. So like today we have Carrie, Kosa, Brady. So technically anybody who would be chatting in here with us or giving us any suggestions, well, they'll be one of the people that will raffle off some ZombSEI NFTs. So we're going to try and growing the community that way. And it'll give a reason for people to come and see what you're doing. And, sometimes it's just, all it takes is one live stream and they fall in love with your art and they get behind us. So that's something that we're going to be looking into. And again, Zeely as well. So now this was the creators round last week. We put a lot of emphasis on that. And, a lot of our attention was there to try and maximize the results there for us. So this week we're going to be working on that. We're going to wait to see the results, what happens with that. And that's it, guys. So we're going to be doing the giveaways. And for the Say of the Dead and the tributes inside the Discord. So if ever I don't do it this week because the issue is not resolved, I'll do it retroactively. And next giveaway, well, there'll be double the prizes for you guys. So right now we've got the Horde earnings weekly giveaway for the Horde Lords. So our big holders, you guys can enter there. There's only 2 entries. So guys, if you're a Horde Lord, you got a right now of 50-50 chance of winning the weekly giveaway, which is a ZombSEI NFT. So I also got some other news, guys. How much time left? So we got 3 minutes. So
3
let's
minutes.
cover it.
Speak fast.
So there is potentially a new platform that's going to launch on Say. I'm not going to say more than that, but we're going to be one of the first ones to launch something on it. And yeah, we have the piece ready there. So that's potentially coming very soon. And yeah, I don't want to put the announcement out before they do. So it's not my place to do that. But yeah, there's a piece coming there. We're still waiting to launch our open edition. And maybe if the markets decide to recover here shortly, we'll launch that piece as well on Magic Eden. It is going to be an open edition. And the idea there is that we did have a lot of NFTs for giveaways. And in order to refill that pile, right, because we are using them on a weekly basis, and now it's been 6 months we're using them. So eventually that will dry out. So we need to keep reaccumulating some of those NFTs to have more giveaways to keep going for these perks for the holders of Bandaged, the suits, and the nakeds. So again, if you get verified in the Discord, you guys gain access to weekly giveaways for NFTs if you hold those specific NFTs. So that's it. So with the open edition, we're going to try and raise some funds to create a buyback wallet where the funds will be staked. And with the staking rewards, we'll be sweeping the floor and filling up our treasury with more NFTs for these giveaways. So if we want to give stuff, well, we're going to have to find a way to make it sustainable. Because if we run out of NFTs and funds, well, it'll be much more difficult to keep delivering on those perks. And we intend on keeping those perks for as long as we can. And the more the ZombSEIs take up in value, we're going to be giving away less and less, right? Because they're going to be worth that much more. And right now they're sitting anywhere between 14 and 20 SEI. So guys, from a free mint to 20 SEI, that's pretty outstanding. And we're doing this when the markets are literally at the picky bottom. So really happy with how we're doing here on SEI. And again, Byron, it's been a lot of work.
Yeah,
we've been putting a lot of work and a lot of hours behind these NFTs, but I think the hard work is paying off. You can clearly see that people are vibing with you now with these live streams, and yeah, it's rewarding, right, to see the people backing you like that.
It is. It's something that doesn't come easily. That's for sure. You got to earn that, and I think
it's priceless.
Yeah, we're working hard to keep that trust because once you break it once, boom, it's gone, right? So we try hard not to break that. I don't think we even try hard. We just do not break that trust. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a few more things that we're working on right now in the back channels. We're really trying to wait for the right time to release this information. So again, make sure you attend the live streams because this is where we drop the alpha. And yeah, we just hit the 1 hour mark, Byron. So after this last little Captain Hook piece, we're gonna shut it down. And yeah, guys, so if you want to listen back in, we did cover a little bit the drama over the weekend. We just wanted to state our position and what our thoughts were about it. So, and again, we're turning the page. We're not here to create drama on SEI. That's the last thing we want to do, but we still have to defend ourselves when we're being attacked in one way, shape, or form. So that's what we did, and hopefully we can all turn the page here and avoid these issues in the future. And I think by having success and showing people that we're not grifters, that it was all going to be worth it. And I'm really curious to see out of the 96 creators who actually sticks around and who doesn't. And maybe we'll be able to show people that we're really here to stay, and we want to launch this collection that Byron is working on here, and we're going to be doing it live with you guys every single day. So I think that's what's important, and that's what the community is getting behind, and not the drama itself. So thanks a lot, everybody, for coming. Byron, Superman, some last words from you guys before we go.
Thanks everybody for the support, and join the Discord. Hit us on Twitter. Chat. We like to chat. We're chatters. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks a lot, everybody, for the donations, for sure, man. It really means a lot that we had that much support.
Yeah,
I think as much as the SEI and Cosmos, they both, I think, donated nicely to us, and I think it's a testament of what we've done so far, because I don't think we would have made it there if we didn't deliver on our promises and people didn't really like what we were doing. So I think overall it showcases that the ZombSEIs project is pretty strong on SEI right now, and while other projects are grifting either on abstract or or some other chains, guys, we're still here and we're not going on those other chains. We're sticking around on Say because we're getting supported directly from the foundation, from the community. So,
And that's actually,
again,
you know, I know we're over time now, but that's one thing you gotta remember. You can try to go to where you think the grass is greener, but you know what? If you just put in the work on the where you are now, it'll pay off. Just takes a little bit of time. Don't chase that money.
yeah, because it happened on Stargaze. A lot of people went on Polygon, and then Polygon died, and then those projects, not only did they get the people that they were originally from a bit upset for the migration, and then the migration doesn't succeed, it's bad, right? Because then what do? You migrate again. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you have to believe in the chain you're building on, and if you believe in the chain you're building on, there's no reason to go and explore 50 million chains and try to see and chase the money. Yes, there'll be some opportunities, and the grifters will always exist in this space. It's just a reality. But I think it's really important to see who's really genuine, that wants to provide value for the ecosystem where they built on. And I think we've showcased that, and I don't think anybody can challenge those statements. So again, guys, thank you so much for all the help and all the donations. We really appreciate it big time. And this is the main reason that keeps us going, is that we have the support of our community, and you guys are vibing with Byron's art, and we're going to keep doing it while you guys are supporting the project. So thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow on the next one.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Ciao, guys.
Take care, guys.
Ciao.